So now we shall go for the third practical question. Generalize the following transactions in the books of Dawn. It is asking us to do. It is asking us to write the entries in the books of Dawn. Okay, that means we need to think in the point of Dawn only. Let us start with the first case. Bob informs Dawn. Okay, Bob is informing Dawn that Ray's acceptance for rupees 3000 has been dishonored and noting charges rupees 40. So what does this sentence deals with about? Understand it very carefully. Bob informs Dawn that Ray's acceptance for rupees 3000 has been dishonored and noting charges are rupees 40. So what is it saying? If we understand this in the way that when Dawn has drawn a bill of exchange on Ray and Ray has accepted that bill for rupees 3000, that means Ray is liable to pay to Dawn, for which Dawn has drawn a bill of exchange of rupees 3000, and that bill of exchange, that is bills receivable what is with Dawn, has been endorsed to Bob, and on the maturity date, or we can say on the due date, it is clear that the acceptance which has been given by Ray and that bills receivable which has been endorsed to Bob himself is dishonored. I'll explain you once again. Let me give you some clarification in Telugu. ఎప్పుడైతే డాన్ అనేవాడు రే మీద బిల్ డ్రా చేస్తాడో అది యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తాడు రే అనేవాడు యాక్సెప్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఆ బిల్స్ రిసీవబుల్ ఏదైతే డాన్ దగ్గర ఉంటుందో అది బాబుకి ఎండార్స్ చేస్తాడు. ఎప్పుడైతే డ్యూ డేట్ రోజు రే అనేవాడు డబ్బులు ఇవ్వనని చెప్తాడు బాబుకి, అప్పుడు బిల్ డిస్హానర్ అయిపోతుంది. ఆ డిస్హానర్ అయిపోయిన దాన్ని ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేస్తాడు డాన్కి. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ద ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఈస్ అబౌట్. Bob informs Dawn that Ray's acceptance for rupees 3000 has been dishonored and noting charges are rupees 40. Due to this dishonor, what happened is Bob has to pay rupees 40 as noting charges due to this dishonor, for which Bob is informing Dawn to pay this 40 rupees extra also. Previously, I'll explain you by writing. Let me make some diagram here so that you can understand. There are three parties. First of all, Dawn is there, and Ray is there, and Bob is also there. First of all, let us say this is some person, and Bob is creditor of Dawn, and Ray is debtor. For this amount due, he has drawn bills receivable, and this has been endorsed to Bob. And on the due date, Bob informed Dawn that the endorsed bill which is been there is dishonored with noting charges 40. With rupees 40 noting charges, that means the total bill amount would be for 3040. Okay, this is what we need to understand. The first sentence is this much. Let us continue. Bob accepts rupees 1000 cash and the balance as a bill at 3 months and at interest of 10%, Don accepts from Ray his acceptance at 2 months plus at the interest at the 12% per annum. So let us go for first thing. First sentence, let us go for first of all, right? Let us go for writing a journal entry. In the first case, separating 1 and A. Bob has informed Don that Ray's acceptance for rupees 3000 has been dishonored and with rupees 40. So what Don would be recording? He will be making Bob as creditor again and Ray as a debtor again with rupees 3040. Because 40 rupees noting charges is due to with the reason of Bob or Ray's dishonor, right? So due to which Ray has to pay 3040 rupees to Don, and Don has to pay 3040 to Bob, for which he makes Ray as his debtor, Ray account debtor to Bob account rupees 3040. This is the first entry. Now let us go for the second entry. Bob accepts rupees 1000 cash and balance as bill at 3 months interest at the rate 10%. So the first amount is for cash or bank. Okay, Bob is accepting the cash, right? Bob accepting the cash means we are paying the cash. That means Don is paying the cash. So to whom we are going to send? Bob is the receiver, so Bob account debtor to cash or bank account 1000 rupees we are going to send. And now the third entry which we are having is asset bill at 3 months at interest of 10%. So balance plus interest is there. First we need to write interest due entry. What is that interest due entry? Interest is our income here, okay? And no, it is an expense for us now. Interest is an expense for us now because we need to pay interest account debtor. To whom we need to pay? To Bob account. Okay, interest account debtor to Bob account. What is the interest we need to pay? Balance. On the balance amount we need to charge interest for 3 months, and with 10% interest we need to charge. What is the remaining balance? Now 3040 will be the total amount, on which 1000 rupees has already been paid through cash. That means with the remaining amount of 2040 into 3 divided by 12 into 10%, 51 rupees. So this is the interest due. So I'm writing this now, 2040 into 10% into 3 divided by 12. This is the entry. Now let us go for writing the fourth entry for the first transaction. This is completed, and we need to pass one more entry, right? With together with interest of 51, we need to pass one more entry, bills. No, Bob account debtor to bills payable. +50 plus 2040. This is 2091. What is the fifth entry which we are going to write here? Don't go through this ICA study material answer. I am going to explain how they have written the answer also. No problem. Okay. Don accepts from Ray his acceptance. Don accepts from Ray his acceptance at 2 months plus interest at the 12% per annum. So for which he will be writing some interest due entry. Now this interest becomes his amount income. So to interest account, and for which Ray will be his debtor. Ray account debtor to interest account. What is the amount of interest payable? So on 3040, he needs to pay 12%, and for that 12 months. Okay, for 2 months he need to pay the interest. So 3040 into 12% into 2 divided by 12. 60.8 is the thing, so I'm making it was 61. 60.8 is nearly to 61. Okay, I have made this as 61 rupees. Now the last entry which he would be recording is he is drawing another drawing a bills of exchange, for which he write the entry bills receivable account debtor to Ray account for 3040 plus 61 3101, we can say 3101 is the amount on which we are going to write the entry. So let us know what ICA has written the solution. If you are having books, you can write down that, you can see also. First entry would be for Ray account debtor to Bob account for 3040, the same entry which we have written. Bob account debtor interest account debtor to cash to bills payable. Okay, I'm writing this entry. First Ray to Bob 3040. This has been written by us. Okay, Bob account debtor interest account debtor to cash to bills payable. This is the entry which they have written. 3040 51,000 rupees is payment by cash 2091. Okay, this entry has been done. Now let us have here 3040 is payable by Bob, is receivable by Bob here. So we need to debit Bob by 3040. First 1000 rupees has been there, so 1000 rupees has been completed. Okay, now 2091 is there. Okay, 2091 is there. Okay, no problem. Here you see 2091 is there. Now and we have credited this amount with 51 rupees. So I am writing 51 credited means what? Decreasing the amount of this by 51 rupees. Okay, we have credited. So now let us see here. 1000 plus 2091 minus 51 is 3040. And here interest is our expense, so we have debited this expense of 51 rupees. We have made a cash payment by 10,000 rupees, so that is the thing here. Bills payable is the thing which we are having, which we have written directly. That means this 3 entries is a mixture of one entry. Instead of confusing with this entry, I have made it very simple to you. I have made it very simple to you to remember. You need to understand the situation. That's it. Don't go through this ICA study material answer. If you understand in this manner, you can be very practical about the problems. Okay, this is what it is happening. So this is what the case. First thing has been completed, right? Let me delete this one so that there will not be any confusion. No, the first case has been completed, so I'm erasing this one so that there will not be any confusion. And now still to we need to go through the books of Dawn only. Okay, we need to go through the books of Dawn. First one has been done. Now second, go for the second thing. James owes Dawn rupees 3,200. He sends Dawn's own acceptance in favor of Ralph for 3,160 in full settlement. You understand this? James owes Dawn rupees 3,200. That means what? James is liable to pay to John rupees 3,200. He sends Dawn's own acceptance in favor of Ralph for 3,160. What does it mean? Previously, Ralph is liable to receive from Dawn. That means what? Dawn is liable to Ralph for which he has given bills payable. That means what? That is bills receivable for Ralph. Okay, that bills receivable has been endorsed to James. That bills receivable of Dawn, bills receivable which has been given by Dawn, that means he has given his acceptance for payment of that amount to Ralph. Then Ralph has endorsed it to James, and previously James has purchased 3,200 some worth of things from Dawn, for which James was liable to Dawn. James was liable to Dawn. So in full settlement, James has given Dawn's bills payable acceptance in with bills receivable which he has received. I repeat. Let me say this in Telugu. First of all, let me repeat in English. James, let us see the question once again. Let us see the statement. James owes Dawn rupees 3,200. He sends Dawn's own acceptance in favor of Ralph for rupees 3,160. In full settlement, it is saying. In full settlement, I think you have seen this word, right? In full settlement means a discount. So there must be some discount here. So 3,200 and 3,160 is the thing, and 40 rupees discount is received by James, we can say. Discount received by James. That is what we can know easily. But what is happening? Again, there are three parties: James, Dawn, Ralph. James, Dawn, and Ralph are the three parties which we are having. So what is happening here? Previously, I am not talking about this James owing all these things. Let us understand through this statement. First, I am going to say my statement, and from which we can develop the sentence which has been given by question, which has been given in the question. Previously, Dawn has purchased some goods worth rupees 3,160 from Ralph. Okay, for which Dawn has become debtor and Ralph has become creditor. Then what would Dawn has written the entry Ralph to bills payable. So that is what bills payable to Dawn, for which this is bills receivable to Ralph. This bills receivable has been endorsed to James. So this is what happened. But before this endorsement, what happened? They are having some connection between. What is that connection? James has purchased some goods worth 3,200, for which Don has become creditor and James has become debtor. And previously there was some connection between this James and Ralph also. James is liable to receive from Ralph rupees 3160, some 3160 or extra, no problem. We don't, that amount does not matter. The acceptance which has been given by Don to Ralph has been given to James, and James, what he has done, he has what he is having the bills payable, what is which is the acceptance given by Mr. Don to himself, the bills payable which has been given by Don, and that is again going back to Don himself. For this 2000 amount, 200 amount due, what Don would be recording bills receivable to James for 3200. So previously, so let us write down first the transactions for these things. These are not in the material I am going to develop. With that you can understand the concept we have. I think there is no concept actually. Understanding that situation is important. Let us first of all say Don has purchased goods from Ralph, for which he writes the entry purchases to Ralph. Purchases account debtor to Ralph account. Okay, for 3160, let us say this is the entry, first entry which he has done. And what Ralph has done, what Ralph has drawn a bill of exchange on Don, for which Don records the entry Ralph account debtor to bills payable 3160. So this has been completed. This is what the first case. Now what has been happened? Ralph, there is a connection between James and Ralph, right? Ralph has endorsed the bill of exchange, okay, to James. And in the second case, what happened here is Don has sold goods worth 3200 to James, for which Don records the entry as James to sales. James to sales, first entry. The second entry which he would be recording is bills receivable to James. Okay, due to this purchase entry, Ralph has been removed from the books. Due to this sales entry, James has been removed from the books. So there are only two things, bills payable and bills receivable. The sales and debits, purchases and sales are nominal items that will not be affecting any of this bills receivable or bills payable. So there is a bills receivable of 3200 and bills payable of rupees 3160. 3160 amount of bills payable is there, and 3200 amount of bills receivable is there. With James or with Don only? With Don only he is having. In the middle case, Ralph has endorsed the bill to James. What bill has been endorsed? The acceptance which has been given by Don to Ralph, that has been endorsed to James. So, for which he wants to settle this bills payable against this bills receivable. Simply, he wants to settle this bills payable against bills receivable by earning some discount, 40 rupees. By earning some discount 40. So the entry would be what? Simply bills payable is to be discharged against bills receivable, nothing but bills payable is to be cancelled. So bills payable account debtor, bills receivable is to be cancelled, nothing but bills receivable to bills payable. That means to bills receivable and bills receivable. And what is this rupees 40 is discount allowed, not discount allowed, it is what we can see here. It is discount allowed account debtor, bills payable account debtor, discount allowed account debtor to bills receivable 3160, 40, 3200. This is the entry which he is going to write. I think you have now understood. Without explaining in Telugu, I made you to understand. I can't explain you more than this one. because I have analyzed you in a very far manner. Understanding this level is important in the questions. If you understand these questions, right? If you understand these questions, then you can do the next problem also easily. You can solve. So what would be the second entry? That means for second entry, what would be the thing? Bills payable account debtor, discount account debtor to bills receivable account. $3,160, 40, 3,200. Now third entry. Don meets his acceptance in favor of Singh for 4,500 by endorsing John's acceptance for rupees 4,450 in full settlement. The same case has been repeated but in different manner. What is this one? John meets his acceptance in favor of Singh for 4,500 by endorsing John's acceptance for 4,450 in full settlement. The reverse thing has happened in this third case. Simply, Don is there and Singh is there. Let us say one more person X. Okay, let us take one more person X here. What happened? First of all, Don has purchased some goods worth 4,500 from X, for which what happened? He has accepted bills payable. Now he is having these bills payable, and what happened here is there is a connection between Singh and X person X. Singh has purchased these goods. Singh has purchased some goods of 4,150 rupees from X, for which Singh is having some bills payable. Singh is having bills receivable is nothing but X is having bills payable. Sorry, bills payable is nothing but X is having bills receivable. This bills receivable what he is having is endorsed to Don. That means Don is having Singh's bills receivable and his bills payable. So he wants to discharge this bills receivable against this bills payable. Simply, I think the same entry would be recorded again and again. The same entry would be recorded. The same entry would be recorded here. No, but this discount which he is an expense in this case, that would be becoming some income to him, because he is endorsing, he is liable to pay to 4,500, but he is having 4,450 amount of bill which he is having. So 50 rupees will be discount for Don. Completed within 5 minutes. We can complete this problem. So again, entry bills payable account debtor to bills receivable account. This is 4,500 and this is 4,450 to discount received account. Discount received account. Now comes the last case. Raise acceptance in favor of Don. Raise acceptance in favor of Don retired 1 month before due date. Interest is taken at the rate of 6% per annum. Okay. Raise acceptance in favor of Don retired 1 month before due date. Interest is taken at the rate of 6 months. So what happened is Ray has Ray's acceptance which is there. That means Don has drawn some bill of exchange on Ray, for which Ray has been given some acceptance that accepting the offer, and he has paid the money 1 month before the due date, for which for payment of early and prompt payment, Ray should receive some discount. Ray should receive some discount means we should expense the discount. We should allow the discount, right? Okay. 1 month we need to for what we need to write here is, what is this amount here now? Simply bills receivable account data to Ray account, what we have written in this entry. In the first case, what we are having the entry, the first case is related to this fourth case now. First case is related to this fourth case. Raise acceptance in favor of Don. Raise acceptance in favor of Don is for the amount of 3091 rupees. 1 month before, not 3091, 3101. 3101 rupees is there, right? And on this 3101, 3101 into 6% per annum, 6% into 1 divided by 12 is the discount what we are going to offer. Simply for fourth case, what would be the entry? We are receiving the amount, so bank account at our interest is an expense here, but here discount, right? Discount allowed account at our to bills receivable 3101, on which what is the amount of discount? 15.50. So if we subtract this 3085.50 is the thing here. So 3085.5, and this would be the answer for this question. So this is what the question is. Now let us go for the last question of this lecture today. Some important one also, no problem. Let us go for completing. Law number 4. Generalize the following in the books of K. Katrak. In Katrak's we need to think. Katrak's acceptance to Basu for rupees 3500 discharged by cash payment of 1000 and a new bill for the balance at rupees 50 plus interest. Simple question only. Katrak has given acceptance to Basu for rupees 2500. He is discharged by cash payment of 1000 and new bill together balance together with interest of rupees 50. Okay, in the first case again we are going to have some A. Katrak's acceptance to Basu for rupees 3500. So Basu account debtor to bills payable Yeah, this is the entry rate 2500. Okay. Acceptance to Basu is discharged by 5000. Actually what is happened is we need to pass the reverse entry. We need to pass the dishonor entry. Directly we can pass the dishonor entry. Previously what Katrak has been recorded, what Katrak has recorded is Basu to bills payable for 3000 or 2500. 2500 is the thing, but this is not there in the book. We need to understand this one, that Basu is accounted or to bills payable was already recorded by Katrak. So what happened? Katrak's acceptance to Basu for rupees 2500 is discharged by cash payment and new bill is drawn. That means what? The whole bill has already been dishonored. So for which we entered the entry bills payable account at R. Bills payable account at R 2500. And now what would be the thing? To bills payable account at R to Basu account. So we need to make Basu again as a creditor 2500. Okay, now the second entry would be what? For this interest due, interest expense, right? Interest account at our to Basu account, because Basu is our creditor. 50 rupees is the interest amount, and we are going to make some payment, for which we write the entry Basu account at our to cash. 1000 rupees is made by cash, and for the balance we are accepting the bill of exchange, for which Basu account at our to bills payable. For what? For the remaining total we need to add. That means out of this 2500, and when we add 50 rupees and minus 1000 rupees, 1550 is the thing which we are now going to have. So 1550. This is the thing. And when you look into the solution of ICA, the first entry would be like this one, like this: bills payable account data, interest account data, to what we can have, to again to bills payable. This is for 2500, and here there is a 50 to cash 1000, and this is 1550, and there is no relation with the Basu. How we can say? Previously Basu has been debited with 2500, now Basu has been credited with 2500. Okay, previously she was our creditor, but after writing this Basu entry, she has been removed, but again after dishonor, she has been again our creditor. Okay, and she has been again our creditor for this interest schedule. So 2550. After discharging some amount with cash, 1000 rupees, so minus 1000 has been done, 1550 is made. And after this what happened? With combined of 2550, 1000 rupees has gone, and remaining for 1550 they have again accepted bills payable. So interest is again here in the debit side, they have been written on the debit side. Bills payable is actually there for debit for 2500, written on the same. So the same, by elaborating they will not be cutting any marks, deducting any marks is not there. But if you write like this then they will be happy very well. Who are they? They are our valuators. That means if we understand in this much clarity manner, then there will be no confusion. You can have some very good knowledge. G. Gupta's acceptance for rupees 4,000, which was endorsed by Katrak to M. Mehta, was dishonored. Mehta paid rupees 20 noting charges, bill withdrawn against check. Okay, let us see. G. Gupta's acceptance for rupees 4,000. G. Gupta's acceptance for rupees 4,000 nothing but there has been a bill which has been drawn on G. Gupta, which was endorsed by Katrak to Mr. M. Mehta. Means what? Katrak has drawn these bills of exchange on G. Gupta for 4,000 rupees, and that was already endorsed to Mr. Mehta. And Mehta has said that rupees Mehta that the bill which has been endorsed by G. Gupta, which has been endorsed by Katrak to G. M. Mehta, has been dishonored. Whose that bill was? That bill was G. Gupta's. So Mehta has paid rupees 20 as notice charges. So bill was withdrawn against check. No problem. The same type of entries will be there. Now second case is now coming. G. Gupta's acceptance for rupees 4,000 was endorsed by Katrak to M. Mehta is there here. Okay, for which what happens? First entry what he would be recording is he would be making G. Gupta as his debtor for 4,020 rupees. Why this 4,020 rupees? Because noting charges are there, right? Noting charges are to be added. G. Gupta account debtor. Okay, I'm writing in a correct manner. G. Gupta account debtor 4020 to M. Mehta account to Mehta account. This is what the first entry, because he has to make Gupta as a debtor and Mehta as a creditor. Now what happened? That has been written dishonored, so over which we have written this entry. Mehta has paid rupees 20 noting charges. Okay, bill has been withdrawn against check. Okay, no problem. So M. Mehta account debtor so Mehta, I'm writing correctly. Okay, 1 minute friends, it is there is some lag here. M. Mehta account debtor to bank. The bill has been withdrawn against check. It is there. So for what amount? For 4,020. And what would be the third entry here? Simply this only the two entries are there here because only this information has been provided. There is no more bill has been withdrawn has been drawn by N. Gupta for the amount due. So second one also completed. Now we shall go for third one. D. Dalal returns a bill for 2,000 drawn on by for 1,010 rupees discount. Simply 10 rupees discount is the charge which we are going to allow to Dalal for early and prompt payment. So for the third entry, what would be the third entry? Bank account debtor discount account debtor to the Dalal account for how much money? For 2,000 money. For 2,000 he has receiving 10 rupees discount, so 10 1,990. And now comes the fourth case. Simply K. Katrak's acceptance to Patel for rupees 5,000 discharged by Patel. K. Katrak's acceptance to Patel for rupees 5,000 discharged by Patel. Modi's acceptance to Katrak for a similar amount. Simply what happened here is K. Katrak's acceptance to Patel. K. Katrak's acceptance to Patel for rupees 5,000 has been discharged by Patel. Modi's acceptance to Katrak for a similar amount. Simply, I think there should be some more question also. Through this analysis, we can understand that Katrak's acceptance to Patel for rupees 5,000. That means Katrak is liable to pay amount to Patel of 5,000, and previously Modi is having relation with Patel. So Patel, what happened is Modi sold the goods to Patel, and Modi has drawn a bill of exchange on Patel, and this bill has been endorsed to Katrak for a similar amount, means for the same amount also. So the bills receivable which has been there with Modi has been endorsed to Katrak. That means what? Katrak is having bills receivable and bills payable also with him, for which he discharges with the same amount. So bills payable account at R to bills receivable account. There is no discounting allowance here. Simply, very simple question. 5,000 rupees, right? Yeah, that's it, friends. With this, we can wind up 90% of the topic. 90% of the topic has been completed actually. In the remaining next video, I can make you sure that I will be going through the um, accommodation bills. Okay, thank you, bye. Thank you. So if you like my videos, please subscribe. Thank you very much.